During the daybreak, Mrs. Bunting hears strange noises in the house, like doors opening and closing. She wakes up Mr. Bunting and the two descend the stairs to investigate what is happening.
Honey, did you hear it?
Yes, let's go down and see what it is. It may be a thief.
They try but cannot find anyone. The drawers started to beat. The next day, Mr. and Mrs. Hall went to investigate the events of the night before and began to realize that the furniture and objects of the strange guest's room, which was the suspect, began to move alone. Mrs. Hall suddenly was thrown out of the room. The couple didn't know what was going on, thought until it was witchcraft.
These are things of spirits. Every spirit is.
To me, this is witchcraft. Stay calm, Jenny. We will find out what is happening.
It was a Monday Pentecost. Everything seemed to be at peace until the stranger suddenly arrives at the bar staring at everyone.
Is it your bill you are waiting, sir?
Why wasn't my breakfast, lady? Why haven't you prepared my meals and answered my bell? Do you think I live without eating?
Why isn't my bill paid? That's what I want to know.
Began a discussion between the guest and Mrs. Hall, and suddenly, in the blink of an eye, the strange makes parts of his body invisible. Everyone was amazed. Mr. Hall and Rogers the blacksmith arrive and attempt to arrest the stranger, who manages to escape. Jibbings was resting in the hill, a quiet and tranquil place, but his quiet ends when he begins to hear strange noises, like a man coughing and sneezing. But when he looked to the side could see nothing. That bothered him so much that he did go to town. When the invisible man was fleeing into the hills, found Mr. Thomas Marvel, who was sitting on the grass picking his boot. They start talking, but Marvel didn't know who he was talking.
Where are you? I am drunk.
Don't worry.
They began to talk. First Mr. Marvel had a lot of fear until the invisible man confesses that he is invisible. After explaining everything, he picks him as his assistant.
I choose you. You are the only man, except choose stupid that know there's an invisible man. You must be my helper, and it will do great things for you.
Around 4 p.m. Mr. Marvel goes to the town and is observed by Huckster. It was behaving strangely. He makes his way through the streets untrusting. He stops at the Coach and Horses and seemed to have seen a great fight. People were still tormented by the fact that there is an invisible man and they were wondering if this was really true or just imagination of people intending. A few minutes later he appears again, apparently drunk, and walked trying to look normal. Suddenly he disappears into the yard, and reappears with the packet. Huckster thinks any theft occurred and tries to follow Marvel.
Stop, Chief!
He spotted the man a little ahead of it, accelerating the steps toward the corner of the church and the hill road. He had given a dozen past when he felt the shuttle attached in some mysterious way and was no longer running, but flying through the air with incredible speed.